Well. Feel like it's been too long. Oh man, I'm a little warm. Okay, first we tried our best to get started. Okay, let me lower myself down. This is ridiculous. We tried our hardest to start a little earlier, and just the world just don't work that way.
Things just happen, and we
not
just
at all.
aren't early people. I've come to that conclusion.
It was a longer day for me, a later day. I started later in the day, and so obviously I'm gonna get off a little later. This is I'm Not Gonna Lie podcast. I'm your host Trey, and with my co-host Kia Savage. Same old, nothing new, same-ish, different day. Excuse my Dutch, but no. How you feeling today?
It's a good thing this is your pod. I'm great. I would like to start off by saying that I am drinking a Celsius drink.
Really?
Oh.
There ain't no ad.
It was my first time trying it. I just wanted to...
Who cares? My first time drinking water. I'm just playing.
You asked me how I was doing. I was excited to try my drink. It's peach mango.
Well, how you doing
tea.
Before that drink, I guess? Terrible?
No, I'm doing good. I reconnected with one of my friends from middle school, so I was hanging out with her today. That was fun. So just like to catch up with somebody and then see how people are doing from like from like middle school, from like the same place that you came from. And can I say the middle school I went to?
The what?
The middle school I went to? I probably shouldn't. You know why?
That's
because
up to you.
people can actually go and look at your yearbook and then find you. Like, yeah.
Well, that's what Instagram and Facebook is, so it don't really...
But I'm saying if people don't have that, or if I say, hey, I went to this school, they could go to that school, ask for the yearbook, see my year, and then...
Nobody's going to do all that.
Not yet.
Yeah, I mean, if we were, mega stars. Well, not even mega stars. We could be, C-list or whatever, maybe. But, well, I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Yeah.
How are you doing, babe?
Hey, I'm doing well, actually. I'm doing very well. I don't know. I feel functional. I feel a lot better, mood-wise. Thank you.
Yeah, you look
I washed
good.
my hair, so I'm rocking the Kyrie afro right now. Kyrie, I mean, he's just on another level right now. He literally has like a fro. Nothing to it. It's just it's picked out.
It's nice though.
Yeah,
it's
no,
nice
I
and
respect
round
it.
and like full.
And then he's just in a whole nother. He just converted to Islamic.
I didn't know
religion. That. Yeah. Probably he's probably going to his second year with that. So he's going on 2 years. Okay, enough about Kyrie. I'm sorry. Even though we all gonna talk about some sports tonight.
Yeah.
Getting into a few things. It's been I'm gonna say 2 weeks since we recorded, but I think it's been like 10 days since an episode dropped. I don't know at this point.
I don't keep track of your stuff.
When I say we be like, okay, we're gonna put off 1 day of potting, and then the next time we pod, it been a week. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah,
what just happened?
It's like,
Yo.
we're not gonna pod today, and then 3 to 5 business days later is when we actually pod.
I mean, time is flying.
Yeah.
I mean, time is flying, and what? Honestly, the only indicator is me hopping from one account to the other. I go to my
Instagram accounts.
My Instagram accounts, my podcast account. I'm like, oh wow, it's still the post for that previous episode. And so that's the only indication I'll be having.
I gotta teach you Instagram reels. It'll be fun.
Yeah, let's hope it be fun.
Well,
let's hope. I mean,
when you get the hang of it, it'll be fun. Like
right.
Editing's fun. You got the hang of it.
No, it's not fun.
Okay, it's fun for me.
Now that's cat.
I said it's fun. I just said I don't like doing it because it turns into like a 4-hour project. I like to edit, but I don't actually like to edit. I never heard
you say that before.
I said that. I do like to edit.
No, I said I never heard you. I didn't say you never said it.
Oh my goodness. I said I like to edit, but the thing is that editing takes so much time. That's why I don't like to do it.
So, do you like it or not?
Hey, okay, look. I said what I
See,
said.
that's why I'm confused. Oh, okay. So,
This
okay,
is
what
not
do we
about
have?
me.
What? Oh, okay. Let's get the show on the roll. This might be a little longer than the last one. I'm not saying we owe y'all more. Y'all might not want to hear us talk any more than we already do, but well, this week. Well, first and foremost, let me talk about this. This week, or a couple of days ago, we got our passport pictures. We getting passports for two completely different reasons. It was yesterday?
Yes, it was Sunday.
Okay. It was yesterday. Two completely different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
She has to renew hers and mine is lost. So this is why.
So your passport basically or technically expires 6 months before the actual date, because if you were to go out the country, they want it to be valid 6 months within that time frame. So yeah.
Right. So mine was gonna be valid for another 3 or 4 years, man. That's the
no. You got it at.
Well, I got.
You got it at 19.
17. I got it right before Barbados trip. I got it in 2017. And I got it like January, February.
No. How old were you?
Oh, I wasn't 19.
How old? You was 22?
Key, how was we drinking if I was 19 at Barbados?
First off, the islands do not care how old you are when you drink.
Well, they care on that boat. They did care. They care on that cruise.
You had to be 18 or 21. I think you had to be 18.
Okay, Key. You knew, but okay, never. I was 22.
Okay, see.
Because I was going to be 20. Hold up. I was 20. I don't know. 22, 23.
If you were 22, I was 20. That's what I'm saying.
No, but I was 23 then. I was 23.
I'll let you have it.
Cause what year are we in now?
2022.
2022. I'm 21 right now. So
5
if you
years
do the
ago.
math, I was 23. So 21 to 23.
Okay.
I was 23.
This is gonna be a long night.
I'm in a great mood today. I'm in a great mood. I was yeah.
Night pod.
Oh no, ain't no night pod for me.
Anyway, your passport is gonna expire in how many years? If you still had it, if you didn't lose it.
Wait, how many years do I have? Like
10 years.
It's 10 years.
Yeah,
so
when you're 16 on it 16 and older, it's 10 years.
I had like another 6 years.
That's crazy.
And I lost it in like the second year.
Yeah.
Like
the next year.
The next year.
The next year. You paid to have a passport for 1 year.
Okay, so
Oh my goodness.
you gotta give me this. We were moving, and I lost it. It was weird. I cleared out my dressers. I left all furnitures there. Like I ain't bring nothing. That's how much I was ready to go, and I didn't care. But excuse me. But yeah, it was the next year.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, we got our passport pictures yesterday. This is
I love my picture.
Should we show our pictures?
No.
Oh.
Not like that. I don't feel like getting up.
I forgot we were going to talk about passports. Guys, let me tell you about passports. First off, so since I have to renew mine, good news is all I have to do is mail it in. Granted, it's still like $130. So you technically are getting a new passport because it's the same price. But what you do is you mail in your old passport. And then with Trey, because he lost it, he has to fill out 2 documents, and then he actually has to pay $130 and then another fee. Like, it's crazy with these passports.
You're being penalized for losing.
You might as well get a passport instead of a passport card, because a passport card isn't valid if you're in the air. It's like more so crossing borders, like walking to Mexico or walking.
I never got the point of that. Or
Yeah.
is that more of a specific reason?
I don't know why people get a passport card compared to an actual passport.
Yeah, I know.
But at that point, and then also, guys, did you know that you could get a passport book with more pages? Never knew.
But they said that one is for
frequent travelers.
And what else? It was something else.
No, that was it.
Oh.
Guess what? I'm getting the one with the more pages. We just gonna put that in the air, in the universe. Thank God. Well, because when we go on cruises and stuff, you can bring your passport or your birth certificate.
No, that's facts. That's facts.
I'm gonna use a passport. I'm taking it everywhere.
Yeah. Yo, I don't know how these days how feasible it is to fly internationally.
Mm-hmm. Oh, because what is it? China? They're still not letting people in, or is it Korea? It's somewhere in Asia.
Okay.
One of those countries. I don't.
Yeah. Wait, is this about the pandemic or something else that we?
They're still shut down for the pandemic.
Oh, pandemic. Okay,
I want to say it's Korea, if I'm being honest, though.
Okay.
Or no, actually, it might be Japan. It might be Tokyo, Japan.
Japan. Okay.
It might be Japan, especially since they're an island. Yeah, that's what I think it was.
That's
I think
one of the places I was interested in going.
Are you no longer?
I think I would have been more interested just a few years ago. Because I was such a huge Nintendo fan growing up, and their headquarters for Nintendo is there. But since the president of Nintendo, the Japan
president, right?
Huh?
Previous president?
The former president of Nintendo, but the Japan side of things, because you have an America president of Nintendo.
Right.
He's still doing his thing. I forgot his name that fast.
But you saying Sakurai?
No, Sakurai's a director of a Smash Brothers game, and he created Kirby and Kid Icarus.
Okay.
Yeah. He's not, as far as ranking, he's not up there. But he passed away, I believe, 2018 or 17. Owada, something. I don't know his first name, but Owada was his last name. I think that was his name. I don't know, it's just been kind of different since. Like his hit impact, you could tell when he passed, it was just different.
Yeah, he took a lot of things with him.
Yeah, plus I grew out of it, but always gonna Nintendo. Yeah, I grew out of that like years ago.
You think they do like a tour of the Nintendo building? Like,
I will be so interested. You're right.
We definitely would do that at least.
Definitely, and seeing where they program, whenever the pandemic, truly ends.
Yeah.
But that would be something that I'm interested in. But when I was getting at my segue, I tried. I don't know how comfortable people are about flying internationally because of what's going on with Ukraine and Russia, and apparently we in the middle of it, I guess. I wish we can put on a soundbite of a TikToker. A couple young ladies had their. I don't know if we can do it though.
What do you mean? Like we have to
we don't own the right to the of this soundbite. Maybe she about to pull it up if she find it.
Ooh.
But if not, I'm gonna explain it anyway. It was two young women, separate videos, and they were explaining it in lesser terms, or in a way that a typical person could understand. And I thought they did a brilliant idea. And so basically they dumbed it down for us.
Okay, so you ready for me to play it?
Okay. Which I don't mind saying her name. What's her name? A.B.
No. Her
I don't know how TikTok is. I've never been on the page.
So she's a TikToker. Her TikTok name is @IamLegallyHype. HYPE.
And she's an attorney, right? Or a lawyer.
She's in law school.
Law school. Okay.
Yeah. So I found her video on TikTok through the FYP or For You page. Huh?
Oh. I'm gonna shut up. I don't know none of this stuff. Go ahead.
No, it's kind of like Explore, but it's called For You page. So FYP. And then I went to her page. Basically, she became a lawyer because her brother was sentenced to jail, and then of course
wrongfully, of course.
Right. Nobody was doing.
You already know
right.
how that goes.
So she said, "I'm gonna go to school." And honestly, I saw her video, and I felt like I could be in law school. I could be a lawyer because the way she explained it. But I'm gonna go ahead and play.
She's very dope at what she do. See, this is when taking advantage of the internet, or this what gives the internet a good name, when you typically teaching people and making a difference in a way.
Yeah.
Even if it's within her family, it's a heroic thing to do.
Because I believe you don't truly know anything until you can teach it, because then you fully understand it to a degree that you can explain it.
It's not about how smart or how great you are in that craft. It's about how, unless that's not your thing, you're not trying to teach anybody. Right. Yeah. But when people teach and want to use all the terminologies to show, you showing off more than you teaching people.
I didn't ask
you
what
defeats
the
the purpose
words.
of teaching.
Yeah. Now I have to ask you what all these big words are when you could have just said it simpler.
Or at least teach me the words. But when you are able to
put it in layman's term, like so simple, like a 5th grader or actually a 2nd grader. You know what I mean?
Yeah. In layman's terms. Yeah. So go ahead. I'm sorry. So here it goes. We don't own the rights to this soundbite.
Okay, so boom. We was mad at Big T for being cool with Big Bang P, but Big Bang P just linked up with China, and if I'm not mistaken, Big Bang P is one of the richest men in the world, and everybody and their mama owe China some money, so we might have an issue, but this what happened. Big Bang P was looking at Ukraine, and he like, I like that territory. It's like real close to Russia, and I feel like it belongs to us, so I'm finna come get it. So he didn't move his military close to the border, and he letting them know, like, I'm finna come get it, like, just letting y'all know, right? And so Ukraine is like, we don't know what he's gonna do. So they got their military out there teaching their citizens how to do Taibo just in case they gotta defend themselves. But some of the citizens, they like, you know what? Big Bang P, he is kind of crazy, but he ain't finna bust a grape. And if he do bust a grape, guess what? America gonna come over here and help us. But my whole thing is like, I don't know if y'all forgot what happened in Afghanistan, but we was over there for over 20 years and nobody understood the assignment. So personally, I just would not put all my eggs in the American basket. I done seen the type of people that are American military employed, and no disrespect, but y'all need to go to them continuation schools in the hood and go get you some real shooters. That's all I'm gonna say. But anyway, so Biden done hopped in, right? So Big Daddy Biden, he done hopped into the mix, and he like, look, P, stop playing with me. I know you're trying to be funny because America over here arguing about abortion rights and affirmative action during Black History Month, but I ain't got time for this right now. So if you pull up over there, it's gonna be some smoke. And you're gonna get sanctions. I'm sending you a whole receipt. Like, you're gonna have to pay this bill. And P is like, bruh, let me tell you something. By the look of the inflation in America and y'all homelessness problem y'all got over there, y'all need this money. So go ahead and send me the bill, bruh. I'll pay it in cash. And so at this point, it's out of our hands. Okay, so boom. We was mad at...
Yeah, so... it was another one, right? Or maybe she was saying it too, but about Ukraine and Russia was a thing, and then America kind of came in.
Did I send it to you on Instagram?
I don't know, but basically another person personified as a relationship that didn't work out. So Ukraine and Russia was in a committed relationship at one point. Then they split, divorced, things like that. And America was like not even a side chick or a mistress or whatever the case may be, but now America and Ukraine is in a committed relationship, and Russia is not having it. So it's like that jealousies, I want you back type thing. So now Russia trying to not so much win Ukraine over, more like, well, if you ain't gonna be with me, then, I'm gonna just throw all this at you. I'm gonna ruin your life.
Right.
So it's like different ways people explained it. Specifically from these two young women, but I like that. That was pretty cool. I listened to that about 2 to 3 times. The other one was like once, honestly. And to be honest, I like how the other one was. It's not a competition, but I like how the other one was explained. Because people just saying it so fast, but I definitely get the gist of that. But not first and foremost, we've been on this conversation for a while, but thoughts and prayers to everybody that's in Ukraine, and everybody that's associated with Ukraine, even if you live elsewhere, but Ukraine is apparently Ukraine is a part of us as well. So
sorry, I don't mean to interject. Do you want me to play it or no?
Okay, let me just before we move on to this next person, you want to say say anything?
So I want to get this off my chest 100%. Obviously, I do not want us to go to war.
Well, I'm saying you want to say like thoughts and prayers or something.
I'm about to say it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Long story long. Got you.
Obviously, I want to give my thoughts and prayers out to Ukraine because it's a travesty for any country to go through it. I will also say this. America is doing their best. Honestly, I don't think America should get in between this, but I'm not going to lie. I don't know how the UN runs things and how these things are supposed to be handled. So at the end of the day, it's a country that's being bombed. The whole freaking, like, your town is being blown up. At the end of the day, regardless of the smaller politics or the smaller conversations in between that, I just want to send my thoughts and prayers. There's people in this world that should not be dying just because their territory wants to be taken over.
Yeah.
So going into this next woman, who is also a TikToker, her ad is TT Drama News.
Yeah. We do not own the rights to this video, soundbite, or anything of this nature. So here it goes.
You should understand what's happening. This Mexican, there's no reason why you should understand what's happening in Ukraine and Russia if your family ever been through a divorce. So we're gonna spill the tea, and I'm gonna explain this in terms you can actually understand. So get this: Daddy Russia and Mommy Ukraine were married. They were called USSR, and then Ukraine decided to separate. A divorce was finalized after a few years, and now they were called Russia and Ukraine. But here's the thing: Russia and Ukraine had a lot of kids together, and a lot of them live in both Russia and Ukraine. They have 44 million kids, and 40% of them are like, nope, I like Daddy Russia more. And the other 60% is like, nope, I support Mommy Ukraine. Russia is obsessed with Ukraine, and he wants to get her back. He would do anything to get her back. And Ukraine is like, nope, I'm gonna date other people. So Mommy Ukraine started dating other people, and she started dating USA. Russia and USA are two cartels that hate each other, and Russia found out and was like, nope, if I can't have you, nobody can have you. So he started sending stalkers and spies to spy on Ukraine. Russia is like that crazy ex-husband you can never get rid of. So USA became Ukraine's new sugar daddy, giving her weapons, investments, and stuff. Ukraine loves this. It's like, hey, I'm getting spoiled. So Sugar Daddy USA was like, hey, Ukraine, I know you have baby daddy drama going on over in Russia. And, he's a bit obsessed and violent. So why don't you join my friend group, NATO? There's a lot of friends there. Germany, Canada, Turkey, France, and we're going to help you if there's ever a problem. Ukraine was like, maybe that's a good idea. But Russia found out. So Russia wrote a 20-page love letter for the whole world to read, written by Vladimir Putin. It's like, I know I made a lot of mistakes, but USA is making a deliberate effort to get in between us. USA wants to divide and rule us. And he's talking about how happy their family were, and he says, if you want to be happy, Ukraine, it's only going to happen with a partnership with Russia. We're going to be stronger and successful together. It was actually pretty convincing. Ukraine was like, you keep bullying me, Russia. I think I might take USA's offer. And Russia was like, why would you do that, you dumb fucking bitch? Don't you know what they did to Somalia, Iraq, Syria, Afghanistan? And just like with any divorce, the kids are the one to suffer. So to summarize all of this up,
what the hell's wrong with you? I love you, Jessica. Jessica, what the hell is wrong with you? You don't fucking
We get the point.
Yeah.
Yeah, so both of them were great at, elaborating what's going on. And even though it's not the time to play around and things like that, form of disrespect, they put a little comedic ring to it for people like, us to
the
understand. Younger generation and,
and people who are not into history or historians.
Which is well, not the historians part, but I'm interested in it, but I'm not interested in it at the same time. But
I would also like to add, I am wearing a Black Lives Matter shirt, and this is a sensitive topic to talk about when it comes to Ukraine and being a black person. I do understand that there has been a lot of news stating that Ukraine is not an underdeveloped country and comparing it to Africa and other countries who may seem like third world countries. And I will say that Amanda Seales, everyone knows who Amanda Seales is. If you don't, I don't know what she's formerly known as, but she was one of the actresses on Insecure. I'm pretty sure she's an author. And she mentioned that, you know, it seems kind of unorthodox for a country like Ukraine to be going through this. And I want everyone to understand that this is possible. It doesn't matter your skin color, like your background. This is literally like war doesn't see color, you know?
Oh, that's funny. I was kind of going more another route.
Oh, go ahead. I just wanted to say that it shouldn't be
word of mouth, though. I don't know.
Yeah, it shouldn't be that only underdeveloped country. In my opinion, only underdeveloped countries should be going through war. I do not believe that. I believe it can happen to any country. Ukraine is not, you know.
Right. What I thought you was getting at, because you said Black Lives Matter, I thought you was getting at the how much support. I know this kind of come off a little, I don't know, but when you brought up Black Lives Matter, we talk about Ukraine, and you know, primarily, you know, people talking, you know, they are fairer skin,
right,
and how much support they get, which makes sense, you know, like what the lady said. We provide a lot for this country. Yes. We have a lot of care for this country, apparently. But you can see the inequality of some countries because of what's predominantly,
people predominantly are.
Right.
Yeah.
So
as far as race or nationality.
So if it was like, I forgot what example to use, but some countries that just haven't been getting that much push. Like, I don't want to say this incorrectly, but you know, with Liberian people, how much you saw about that? Every post was about we need more. Our outcry is not loud enough, apparently, because every post in regards to the Liberian people is that we're not getting enough attention, not attention, but enough help or aid, things like that. Tigray, how you pronounce it? Tigray. Tigray. But there's a lot of stuff going on with that. I follow an Ethiopian woman, and you know, she be, you know, trying to spread awareness with certain countries
that's not getting the media that they should be.
Right. It's like to a point, like it's being neglected.
Right.
So it's like
they're blasting this Ukraine news when you still have Flint doesn't have clean water. Wasn't there bombs in India as well?
You know what I mean? So
yeah, so other places are being bombed.
A lot of times was the color of their skin.
And they're being overlooked compared to Ukraine is getting the most news coverage.
I mean, ever. You forget about COVID at some point. Unless you're looking for a job and you looking at the requirements, you don't be hearing nothing about COVID no more. Right. But like I said, they need help. Yes. Ukraine needs help. I'm not taking none away. Even when I first heard about this from fellow black people on the internet, I was like, oh my goodness, why we gotta make something about us? I ain't gonna lie. I initially felt that way.
Because I didn't want this to be about us. This is about a country who's being attacked.
Right.
Yes.
But then when you
start peeling back the onion pieces of the...
I'm like, I think this person mean well. So let me put that in perspective.
Right.
So I start really thinking, and then I start seeing, you know, the Ethiopian girl that I follow. Start bringing up, you know,
other countries.
Right. She haven't in a while, but it made me think of that.
Right.
And I'm like, wow. Honestly, they got a point. But again, thoughts and prayers to everybody that's going through something.
Yes.
Rather it's was it Libya, India, Liberia, India, Ukraine, even people in Russia that don't want nothing to do with this. I know a couple people that's in the sports don't want nothing to do with this, like a football player, but soccer, American soccer player. He kneeled, and he's a Russian.
Yeah, it's a tragedy at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. So, but let's move on some more.
Yeah, we gotta
brighter
lighten
news.
it up.
Yeah,
we didn't mean to be on this topic for so long, but there are just so many aspects when it does come to the Ukraine news and the coverage and a possible World War III, and obviously we don't want to just brush over it because it is a sensitive topic, and then we also don't want other people's opinions to be felt or heard.
And one thing I want to say, me saying what I just said again, about the inequality of the awareness, the neglect with other countries. I don't want to spread that
to overshadow the Ukraine news.
Yeah, I think none should be overshadow anything, but I don't want y'all to think I'm trying to have my listeners to, you're right, let's not worry about Ukraine. No, I'm not saying that, but I think there's more out there that's going on than Ukraine, and you can add that to your prayer list as well if you're into that,
right?
That type of thing. But no, actually, we're going on into a little. Well, it's lesser bad news. It's definitely at a very smaller scale. I know everything's resolved. Like I said, we've been out the game for a couple of weeks, I feel like. But I want to talk about this HBCU Grambling State hire by a black coach, Hugh Jackson. He was formerly a Cleveland's Brown coach before he been let go, I think around 2018 season. And he hired a very, let's just say, an interesting hire. Somebody with a checkered past.
To be on, what is it? What is his position?
To be a offensive coordinator, because Hugh Jackson is the head coach.
Okay.
So he hired.
So he's the head coach
of
the football team for Grambling.
Okay.
Okay.
We don't want to stay on here too long unless the discussion just make it long. But long story short, a black head coach, Hugh Jackson, hired a white offensive coordinator that has a few sexual offenses, like assaults, with young women.
I didn't know it was women.
I mean, they're younger than him.
No,
Well,
I'm just saying I thought it was guys. I didn't know it was girls.
maybe both, but I know it's women though. For definitely, it's victims. There's a lot of victims, and I think this was happening while he was at Baylor. Mm-hmm. When he is with Baylor.
But he was
and
fired.
They let him go.
Yeah, he was fired back May 2016.
Right.
So he's been unemployed since then, right?
Unemployed. So what's your thoughts there?
So for someone who was a known sex offender to be hired after being fired for, what is that, 6 years?
Going on 6.
So for him to be fired for 6 years and then get hired at a historically black college, this sounds like a very calculated move, in the sense that obviously historically, excuse me, I keep
testing.
Sorry, guys. Okay. A historically black college, you don't have to hire other black people. You know what I mean? Let's just start there. You don't have to hire other black people. You don't have to be discriminatory in that way. But to hire someone who's had a checkered past with sexual activity with women who were younger? They were minors, or was it like?
I'm gonna be real. The story's so nasty, I didn't even go into it. So
Yeah, it just says a horrific sexual assault scandal.
And it's never mind. I'm gonna let you go, and I think the best place to find this article, if y'all want to read about it, is in ESPN.com. Because Google, it's like they trying to act like they trying to hold back on the guy, and I don't like that. I know it's been like almost 6 years, but I ain't gonna do it.
Well, I just want to mention the fact that if it's already difficult for underrepresented groups to get into coaching roles or higher management roles,
yes,
and then you hire someone who's been out of the game for so long, it's like, why bring him back into it? Not saying he has to prove himself because of this case, but if he was able to live for 6 years without being a part of the sports industry, especially the college sports industry, I don't feel like his past should be overlooked. Not saying that he should be held accountable forever, but I'm not gonna lie, 6 years is still a fresh wound. Like, especially for him to then start out at a HBCU. I'm not gonna lie, HBCUs already don't get a lot of money. Y'all can say what y'all want, but how many scholarships they giving out at HBCUs? How much money are the what are they called when you graduate? What do you call? How much money are the alumni giving back to this HBCUs?
Oh, okay.
I don't even know where Grambling is. I don't know what Grambling is. I didn't know it was HBCU. So.
Oh no, go ahead.
I'm just saying, for him to be at one of the smaller known, as far as I know, HBCUs, is just like, where's he gonna go after this?
Might be a real, like I said, I don't follow too much about college football so much, but it might be a huge football school. So Grambling State as a college might not be the biggest, but as a HBCU, it may be like up there. Plus, it's a football school, so it might be up there. It might be ranked too. Because if you get a former NFL coach, I don't see him going D2, D3. You know what I'm saying?
It's a D1.
Okay.
So it's in Louisiana.
Louisiana. Okay. Yeah. So my gripe with this is everything. So honestly,
you said everything about it. Nope.
Everything about it. All jokes aside, I'm all about forgiveness. Don't get me wrong. I just don't think why the black person had to forgive.
Oh, you are totally right. Not to interject, you are totally right. Why is it that the black person not necessarily has to be like the Captain Saver person? You know what I mean? But it's like, why is he the person that's helping them?
And that's what makes it kind of had me. I'm a conspiracy guy.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like, okay, something ain't right. If Hugh Jackson is part of a group about with victims like that, or the Black Lives Matter, he's all about that, and I think he is involved with, I don't think sexual assault, but like victims of that, but he's involved with a lot of these programs or orgs that feels like they need to be heard, or they're not heard enough. So I just think it just kind of boggles my mind that out of all schools, it's so many schools, colleges, whether it's D1, D2, D3, D16, I don't know, unranked, ranked, I'm not trying to make this a color thing, but it's no white men, no predominantly white ran colleges that wanted to hire the dude.
Yeah.
But the black guy, Hugh Jackson, was like,
I'm gonna give him a chance.
I'm gonna give him a shot. I'm gonna give him a shot. It just don't sit right with me. And then
why he not at Duke? Like,
that's not gonna happen. Duke is too much. That's like, see, it's some schools you just know it's not gonna happen. Like, they wouldn't even let it fly. It's like
That's the thing. Do you know why though? This is my opinion. Their alumni, you know what I mean? Their pact is so strong, they wouldn't allow that to happen. Because the board members will already know if they hired someone like that, they would no longer get money from their alumni. But because, this is what I'm saying, as far as HBCUs, historically, as far as I know, they don't get money from their alumni.
Okay.
So to put them in the news with this guy.
Yeah.
Because let's say he doesn't even do anything. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Moving forward. But now they have all this publicity.
And I believe he learned his lesson. I just why you gotta learn his, you know, get the
why
second
we
chance
gotta forgive him
in the HBCU. That's honestly my only gripe. And I don't care if I come off like it's a race thing. It is kinda. It is. I can admit that.
But if it was Penn State, well, I don't want to say Penn State. If it was Duke, you know what I mean? If UNC, it was another Ohio State,
Florida State, like, come on.
Yeah, we wouldn't be bothered. I honestly don't think.
Much. I don't think we've been bothered as much. I honestly don't think so, because at the end of the day, football got a lot of work to do anyway. So, so that's that. But obviously, a few days later, or maybe a week later, he resigned himself.
Oh, you didn't tell me that.
Yeah, of course not. But he resigned himself. He left, a letter, not left a letter, but, for the people to know. Basically he was like, he don't want to. So
he accepted the position.
Yeah. Received
backlash and then resigned.
Yeah.
So did he not think he was going to get backlash?
I that's what I'm saying. I'm like, did Grambling State wanted publicity real quick?
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? But why do you got to use them? Okay, so
because now they still need to hire somebody for that position. So now who they gonna hire?
They promoted a guy named John Simon, I think, to be offensive coordinator. Don't know much about him, but
so he was already working for the school or for the team.
He was already working for the team. Okay, so they probably already knew they had somebody, but see, some things just seem like clout chasey to me. It's just weird.
At that point. He probably didn't even get to a game to help coach, but he already is resigning.
It don't make sense. But yeah, that's that. Hugh Jackson, I always heard he's a great guy, clean slate. He's a good dude, but that decision right there is a little questionable, buddy. Okay, so wow. We don't have to talk about that. Well, briefly.
Let me see the paper.
This one? It's the last one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So one of the few reasons, other than it was getting really late and we just want to give great content, of course. One night, we were so ready to pod. Not ready as in setup, but just mentally ready.
Right.
We had the longest power outage I ever dealt with. And the part, and I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you go off.
No, yeah, take your time.
Yeah, I'm just opening it up. The worst part was the cause of it was unavailable, I guess, for us to know. It was no rain. It was actually a beautiful day.
Right.
It was warm. It was starting to get dark later, but we had a power outage.
So this power outage started while I was at work, because, I work from home. I left.
What time was it?
It was like 5 o'clock, 4:30. It was like 4:30.
4:50. I had to go to a 5 o'clock appointment.
So power outage starts, and I'm like, okay, last time this happened, it was like an hour. So I use my phone hotspot, okay? Now I'm looking at my phone on the Xfinity website. It says it's going to be back on at 6:30. Okay, cool. 6:30 comes around, it's still off. When I tell y'all, fridge is off, the stove is electric, we can't cook or eat no food, lights is off, my laptop needs to charge, okay, cool. I don't get off work till 9 o'clock at night. So we're like, okay, we got to think about dinner now. I keep looking at the website, and then it said it was undetermined when the lights will be back on. So at this point, we're like, we're just going to go out to eat. We're going to go out to eat. We just need to call somebody to see if they have an outlet so I can bring my laptop.
And the reason why we went out to eat, primarily because we didn't want to eat in the dark.
No, we can't use the stove. It's an electric stove.
Well, what I'm saying is, remember, we was going to get some takeout food, bring it home.
Right.
So, yeah, the stove was out. You're right.
And then we didn't want to eat in the dark.
We didn't want to eat in the dark, yeah.
So, we sit here, we go to Fridays, and at this point, we're just like, I guess we not potting tonight because I don't get off work till 9. So we were there probably until like 10, maybe 10:30. But I will say by the time we got home, the lights were back on. But it's like 11 o'clock at night. We can't pot at that time, guys. I got work the next day. So, and then I will also say, Sunday we were also supposed to pot. Well, Saturday we were supposed to go to an event.
Every day.
Okay, so Saturday I went to the Atlanta Brunch Festival, and then we were supposed to go to an event after that. So we ended up going on Sunday. We were supposed to pot Sunday. We go to this event, and we recently got married, and it was for newly engaged or recent. So it's for new. We went to this event, and it's for newly engaged or newlyweds or whatever, right? You know how you go to like a wedding expo, and they sent us a text message or an email, and it was like, "Oh, come enjoy this culinary experience, and we have some free gifts for you." It was like a wedding band, champagne flutes, or a gift card for like a picture canvas to put one of our wedding photos on. And then also a trip. We had the option of 2 different trips. So one of the trips were out of the country at an all-inclusive resort for 2 nights. And the other trip was at a hotel in America. And it was like a business class hotel. I don't know how to describe it. But that's how she described it. It wasn't like, it was probably like a 3-star, 3.5-star hotel. Not like a 4 or 5-star. So we go to this event on Sunday. And we're there. It's a 90-minute event. It was fun. It was definitely, if you guys have ever been to an event where they say that they want to give you a trip, just be careful. So they were there showing off their cookware. They had pots, pans, skillet, knives, all that jazz, right? And we were also there to eat and cook food. And they were going to show us how to cook food with a little bit of water or no oil. I'm like, okay, that sounds fun. So they're sitting there talking to us, get to know us and everything like that. And there was one other couple there. Mind you, this was supposed to start at 1:45. We got there around like 1:55. The couple was there before us. They were already sitting in the lobby. We come in, they said, write your name down. And there's already a name down on the thing. And their wedding date was August 29th. So when we come into the room, they're asking us when we're getting married. They said August 29th. I'm like, okay, nothing,
Unusual.
sketchy, right? Nothing unusual. So they're sitting there, and what they cooked for us was chicken breast and like apple, squash, broccoli, and carrot sticks.
Okay, let's make this interesting.
So here's the thing, guys. This cookware for like an 8-piece set was like $4,000 for pots and pans.
No,
actually,
no, I was.
yes, it was. It was like $3,400.
Not the 8-piece.
The 8-piece, yes,
Was how much?
$3,400.
Well,
$3,490.
I thought you said something else. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the 6-piece was not. I'm not even gonna say that. One griddle pan was $400.
Yeah.
Obviously, they didn't tell us to the end. So they offered us,
And that's considered a deal.
They offered us an additional trip that would have been 7 days in a condo in the U.S. if we could guess how much all of their products would have been. We guessed $9,600. The other couple guessed $15,000, and the price was $16,000, which didn't seem odd at the time, right? But then at the end, of course, they're like, okay, we're gonna go take you out into the lobby and see what options you want to choose. So we go out into the lobby, but the couple leaves immediately. They left the room immediately.
Well,
we go out.
The girl did.
No, the girl left and went to the bathroom.
Oh, you saying after that?
Yeah, I'm saying after that.
Okay.
So we go out, and Trey is like, I don't know about this. He started looking on his phone on Reddit to see if this was a scam. And it's not that it is a scam. It's just not what it's advertised.
That's the good thing.
Yeah.
That's the good thing. It's just a lot of manipulation with the numbers.
A lot of things were omitted. So they're saying, oh, you get free rings, right? We look on the website, you have to pay for shipping. And every time I would click a ring, the price would say $19.99, and then it refreshed to like $3.50
on its own.
On its own. And then the champagne flutes, they were supposed to be $25. I don't know if it was $25 a piece or $25 for both. The shipping was $20. So at that point, you're just paying for the champagne flutes.
Yeah.
And then for the trip, they want you to pay $100
so
for fundable, $78 for taxes, and then
fees
$39 a day for more taxes. And then the thing is, the other couple, honestly, we think they were like
I did. I thought them two were staged for this particular seminar. I can go deep. Obviously, I'm probably thinking too much into it, but I think in some way they probably knew. Like, they look at algorithms, they probably knew we were black, so they had like a 2 black couple around our age. If you notice that, they was around our age.
They were. I definitely think they were in their 30s though, but
I don't think they was older than us. If anything, they just dressed like they old.
Okay. And the thing is that the couple, like,
they were weird, man.
They were a little off,
and not them as a person, just them as
together.
A couple. It didn't
seem organic.
Yeah,
so
it seemed staged.
Only the woman talked, right? Only the woman talked, and then when they said how they met, the way she was talking was kind of slow, and like she was trying to remember stuff. So she was like, so we met at college. She didn't say the college she went to. Obviously, you don't have to, but when you're like excited to talk about something, you start.
I feel like you would go deep.
Additional details, right? So it's we met at college, and then we reconnected on Tinder like years later.
It's like, I remember him, and he said he remembered me. I was like, you know what?
Yeah. And then we went into detail like, me and Trey met through each other's sister. We're actually from Philly. You know, like, we were actually getting into it compared to them leaving out as many details as they could. And then even then, me and Trey are sitting next to each other just like how we are now. Probably like a little less space in between us. Yeah. And the guy was like leaning on the girl, I guess trying to be like affectionate and everything like that towards her.
Hey, I don't think you're selling it.
Right. And then eventually...
Get on my shoulder.
He became uninterested in the whole seminar. It's like he was bored.
Yeah. They ain't paying him enough.
And he literally was not talking at all. I don't know. It was just a little off.
Yeah, so we got to the point where, to redeem your gifts and, your trips. So we talking one-on-one, basically. I was firm. I was asking her questions. And the one that stood out to me the most was actually the question you asked her. And about them cards. I want to hurry up and end this because I don't know how interesting this story is. But what question did you ask her and how did she answer it?
So I said, because Trey ultimately said, I don't feel right taking these gifts because we're not buying anything.
Just to see what she's going to say.
Right. And to that rebuttal, she said, our company makes $7 million, all this other stuff.
We get it like that, so this is nothing.
She's like,
us.
That's okay. These trips are just for you guys coming. Like, okay.
Flexing.
So then I was like, do you guys have business cards? And she was like, oh, well, we don't have business cards because if you people don't buy it today, then you're never going to buy it. Like, you don't wake up wanting to spend $4,000 on pots and pans.
Yes, she said, like, literally, that's what she said.
Yeah, her whole demeanor
Y'all probably
changed.
like doing this, like, huh? Ain't that what business cards are for?
Right.
For the future?
And
whatever.
I'm like, technically, some people do wake up and want to buy $4,000 pants if you buy a house.
But we don't have enough room in our place. So, I mean, when I say the way it's set up, it would take, it took up a lot of space. A lot of space. Beautiful
like
though.
Long...
We love the products. We actually like the products. We just don't like how they
marketed and they sold it to us.
Yeah. So
that was interesting. It was
very interesting. We had the two actors. Let's give them a round of applause. They did great. They almost had me. But no. It was interesting. I enjoyed myself though. We had nothing else.
No, yeah, we actually had fun until it went to how much the stuff costs.
Like she just turned like, okay, so this is how this gonna go. So first and foremost, this is this much money. Yeah, but what if I just use my credit card? I just paid it right now. She didn't really answer my question.
She was
she
like,
went
you
into the
can,
finance again.
yeah, she said you can pay it off, but still make an account with us because you can still add stuff on later. Because that's when we was asking her if we could just buy one pen.
After she said the business cards, nobody buys stuff tonight.
Right.
But we can add stuff for later. Okay. This is stupid, man.
It's like, oh, well, you could buy a pen and then make sure you add your account so you could buy stuff later. But if I'm asking you for a business card, isn't that implied?
I thought it was no later. I thought that don't exist.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. Well, bye-bye. Bye.
So we don't know if we're going to use this free trip because it sounds like...
Oh, I'm not. It's not a free trip. You paint... Look, I think they would have had me, right? Mm-hmm. If it was a 4 to 5 star.
Right.
So you typically paying... Oh, you got to read the fine print. You can only check in Monday or Tuesday.
Oh, I forgot about
and
that.
And it can't be in the peak time. So you can't
or it's
go...
more expensive.
Right. Because they gonna need that real money. You know, they want the real customers. So, yeah, it's just... Like I said, it's not a scam. You just got to read carefully. And we knew, you know, we had an idea.
Yeah, we just wanted to go. I mean, at the end of the day, we
got free
checking
food.
It out.
It was good.
Right.
They poisoned us. It was okay.
They could have.
Only threw up 10 times. You know, nah, this funny. It was really good. But before that happened, I almost forgot. I was actually at work and I got a call, and I don't know why, but the number looked very familiar. It's funny how the spirit worked, you know, because, you know, when I get a call at certain places, like on my route where I don't have no service, I'm like, because only the scam likelies can reach that. I don't know how. Like,
you're like, I can't even reach him.
But you have now. I guess since I had got an upgrade.
Right. You got 5G now.
You got 5G now. So I was like, why does this number look familiar? End up not being familiar, but it just did. I answer. I was like, hello?
Oh my goodness.
I said hello. No. Yeah, I did say that. I said hello. And they was like, hi, Melvin. I was like, the voice sound familiar. I was like, okay. And it's like, this is Miss So-and-so. Your teacher from Spring Garden. I was like, oh, wow. The funny thing, I couldn't get but so excited. And I think she felt that because I was in the workspace.
Yeah, you was at work.
Yeah. And people walking past me and things like that. And you know me, I don't like, you know, people be loud on the phone. They be extra. It's like nobody around. Kudos to them, though. I can't do it. And I was like, wow, okay. Yeah, it was very brief. She's like, is everything good? Like, how's everything? I was like, oh, everything's good. How about you? But I'm doing this. I had a puzzle face. I was like, how are you doing?
Why is my teacher from middle school calling me? Right?
Yeah. So we had small talk. She was asking where I'm at and things like that. And I was like, yeah, I don't live in Philly. I'm back in my hometown. I was like, where at? Oh, yeah, I moved to Georgia. Where? And my dumb self was like, I moved to this part, Georgia. Okay. So you don't need anything? I said, no, I'm good. I should have said, yep. Do your sister have the same number? Yeah. Okay. Well, it's good talking to you.
That is not no woman's voice.
Oh, I promise she don't sound like that. She sounds like a woman. She sounds like a woman. I'm not good at impersonating. So she went at, it was good hearing from her. It was a very random call. So first and foremost, I was like, how in the hell did she get my number? Right? And how did she get my sister's?
Right.
Me and my sister numbers are damn near identical. It's just one number is different. But then I remember my sister was on her way to college just like 7 years ago, and she needed a ride to college, so we took Greyhound. Well, I ain't go with her, but I went with her to the station.
Right.
And I saw her there. And I remember we exchanged numbers, and I guess I never saved it. And Will she save ours? And all jokes aside, that's amazing that she was thinking about us, because she taught a lot of kids. And if anybody from Spring Garden that's watching this, and y'all got me on Facebook, Instagram, hit me up. And she hit y'all up too. That'd be an interesting conversation. I'm open for that. But if not, she's our favorite. Point blank, period.
You mean y'all her favorite?
Yeah, her favorite.
Right.
Like my sister and I. But it was really good hearing from her. She sound exactly the same. I can only imagine she look exactly the same. My sister thinks she hit bank. That's her theory.
Right.
That she hit, literally, I think she hit some money, and she just wanted to spread it. I guess to people that mean something to her. You know. So I sort of said, "Yep." So no, I'm gonna keep saying that.
I'm like, you ain't tell her nothing.
I'm gonna be real, as a man, you kind of just, I'm good, man, I'm good. You crying, you bleeding to death.
Oh my goodness.
I don't need no hospital. Get out my face. But no, it was good hearing from her. But yeah, that was weird though.
Yeah, I've never had that.
I never had that either. And that goes to show I need to change my damn number. I'm just playing. I had my number for too damn long. But yeah, that was that. That was actually pretty cool. Is there anything else though?
No,
I'm
good.
Yeah, I told you this was gonna be a little longer.
I talk a little too much, so you know how I like to go into stories.
Yeah, I mean I do too. Just shorten it, please. Abbreviate it.
That's why this is your pod.
Just say, every word that said like, "Hi, my name is Kiana." Just say H, then I, A.
Just say hi, Kiana.
No, just take the first letter of each word and make it one word. And that's your word. You see what I'm trying to? H-I-A-M-K.
I don't know why you still talking to me.
Haimk. What did that mean? Hi, my name is Keon.
Guys.
Anyway.
This is what I have to live with every day of the rest of my life.
Haimk. That
You
might
done?
be a different language. No. I mean, yeah, I am.
Yeah, please be done.
Okay. Oh yeah, I'm gonna put you on the spot real quick.
What'd I do?
What you do at brunch? I'm just playing.
Huh?
Brunch. I'm just playing.
Oh yeah, if y'all want to see how my brunch was, Marlene sent me the TikTok video, so I'm gonna upload it to my Instagram. Atlanta Brunch Festival, unlimited mimosas, Bloody Marys, brunch punch, and then they also had some food vendors there. The food was between like $1 and like $5 for like little samples. So, and then they also have the Atlanta Wine Festival coming up on April 9th.
Yeah,
Woo!
we definitely be there.
Woo!
Wow. Yeah, I thought I was a bad dancer, but yeah. How much fun did you have at the brunch?
I had so much fun, guys. Like, the only thing I will say is that the food vouchers that we had bought, it only lasted until 1 o'clock, and I got inside at 12:30. So I literally was like running around grabbing all the food that I could, and then we literally was just like dancing and having so much fun. And we stayed there all the way until 4 o'clock, like until it was over. So yeah, that's how much
So
fun
it was
we
just
had.
you and one other friend or two?
It was me and one other person.
Okay.
And Trey picked me up and dropped me off. So no, guys, do not drink and drive.
Yeah, don't do that. Just do it on like Sundays when ain't a lot of people on the road.
Oh my goodness.
Did it? Not as many. Then you might hit a couple people. It won't be that bad. But anytime you need any advice, come to me. I got y'all.
Advice?
Yeah, like drive drunk on Sundays because there's not that many people on the road.
Why are you still talking? I thought we supposed to exit this. Like.
All right, we go to exit stage right because if we go left, y'all know where we're going. But this time, I'm not going to lie. Podcast again. I'm your host Trey. I'm with my co-host Kia Savage, far from one, and we just want to say thank you for being here. If you have any questions, comments, you know what we're going to start doing? We're going to start doing things that interactive. Like I'm gonna post on my personal page because I don't have much of a following on my other page. So
well, like polls or questions?
Questions, polls, or things like that. And if y'all want, we can shout you out, your nickname or your Instagram name, whatever, or we could just put it on the screen. But
oh yeah, you could shout out like new subscribers on YouTube too. People do that.
I have subscribers. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. And I'm gonna start going live more. She gonna teach me the reels and things like that. And I'm gonna need my little homie that I do be hooping with. I want to do a live with you, and so I can show everybody how terrible of a shooter you are. And but yeah, I want to do that. But I'm gonna hit you up about that later. Again, prayers to Ukraine, prayers to everybody, because I know we all going through some stuff. And again, this is I'm Not Gonna Lie podcast, and I'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, bye.